Miley. What have you got yourself into? When I first came across the VMA, the Video Music Awards performance of Miley Cyrus, the first thing that I saw, or the first thing which came to my mind was, well, it's just another celebrity attempting to get more attention by doing stupid things. However, what I'm going to suggest now is in fact the opposite. It's not that she was doing this to get attention. Sure, that also might be there, but the main primary thing was that this performance in particular was in fact a ritual that was being performed to a pagan deity, to a pagan god. You see, ladies and gentlemen, what simply happened on that day at the VMA performance was simply spiritual possession. What we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is take frame by frame, and I'm going to show you, I'm just going to point for you a few things. And this is of great interest to each and every single one of you. What happened at the VMA performance was simply indoctrination of a mass multitude of nations. However, the target was more pointed for the children. Human sexuality was now being pointed towards little children. And ladies and gentlemen, do you want to know the interesting thing? People began to do more twerking than before. It was all of a sudden like the media just gave an approval for twerking and made it now popular, and therefore many people began to jump on it. And now little children around 8 years old and 12 years old, well, that's the age difference between 8 years old and 12 years old. Now kids are getting involved with twerking. Anyways, let's not waste much time. I want you to take a good look at this video. You see, we can clearly see Miley Cyrus coming to the stage from a big teddy bear. And now I want you to observe and see what she is doing with her hands. You see, she is stroking invisible hair that she does not have. Now here's the interesting thing. For the rest of the performance, we can see the exact same thing over and over and over again. And that is Miley Cyrus's tongue. Her tongue is always sticking out. And also examine the clothing which she wears has the image of some type of a cartoon, whether it's a dog cartoon or a bear cartoon or whatever. Anyways, it has also its tongue sticking out. Hidden in plain sight, you can clearly see subliminal messages that are designed to attract the minds of little children. These stuffy bears, or these big bears that we see on the stage there with her, these are supposed to make it look somewhat innocent. However, when we look at the entire performance, we can see that clearly Miley Cyrus is haunted. And now that we know that Miley Cyrus was haunted or is haunted, the question is, by which spirit? Which spirit did she invoke? Well, the answer is plainly given right in front of our eyes. And let me be the first to tell you that this is a very dangerous spirit. This is what was happening at the VMA. Miley Cyrus was invoking that demon known as the great KAlI. KAlI is a very dangerous demon, and you can see KAlI always has her tongue sticking out. Likewise also is Miley Cyrus doing the exact same. India is notorious for worshipping idols and worshipping devils. It appears that Eastern mysticism has found its way into Western civilization. In fact, it's been here for quite a long time, and now it's being brought on public view. KAlI is a pagan goddess that is worshipped by many in India. KAlI is referred to as the goddess of death. KAlI is also referred to as the cannibal mother. And of course, the pictures of KAlI do much better explanation than words can even say. Because you can clearly see this cannibal-like figure has human skeletons around her neck and holding a human head, and also that human head, the blood is dripping on some type of a bowl. And can you imagine even worshipping something like this? But you know, this is something that's being done in India. Not just in India alone, but in the Asian provinces. Now here is the interesting thing. When you are involved in worshipping KAlI or any of these pagan deities, there always has to be a sacrifice to the gods. blood must be shed. Either animal sacrificing is committed or human sacrificing is committed. However, since this is devil worship, human sacrifice is #1 priority. And here is the other thing. The more common secret society in North America that not many people pay attention to, which has lots of human sacrificing that's being done, is known as Kabbalism. And this one has Madonna, Britney Spears, many other Hollywood celebrities. Most of these women celebrities that we see on TV, they are a part of this secret society. What was happening to Miley Cyrus at the VMA was simply demonic manifestation. This is simply the result of getting involved with spiritism and devil worship and selling your soul for the sake of fortunes and fame of this life. And most of you, for those of you that follow my videos, do you remember when I shared with you a dream which I've had? I've actually had 2 dreams that I shared with all of you here on YouTube. One of the videos is called I Had a Terrible Nightmare, and the second one is called Global Demon Possession, in which I shared with you a dream where I saw Hollywood celebrities participating in cannibalistic ceremonies which also involved homosexual orgies that were being performed. I am going to stand my ground and say what I saw, I believe, was an actual ceremony being performed. I will leave it at that. Another thing I want to bring to your attention, since I'm on this topic of the pagan gods, there have been people who ask me, is it okay for me to practice yoga? Isn't it good for my health? It's just a normal exercise. Is yoga good for people? Well, the answer is simple. No. With all sincereness, yoga is not good for you. In fact, if you can, stay away from yoga, period. The reason why I say this is because, well, when you initiate yourself in yoga and you begin practicing yoga, what you are actually doing is initiating yourself into Eastern mysticism. Yoga is more of a spirituality, a spiritual feeling than it is a physical exercise. And as you can take a look also, the stance, like the position, the poses of yoga, all